What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle, and today's video is going to have a bit of a different vibe. We're going to talk about the Nick situation that happened over the weekend league. If you don't know who Nick is, he goes as Runthefutmarket, one of the largest creators in the FIFA space, whether it's a live stream, YouTube channel. I'll link all of that down below, including his original video that went viral and really stirred up a lot around the FIFA community. And seems like you guys want to hear my opinion, so I'm going to share my opinion on the stream sniping, the dodging Discord, give you guys a little more perspective, some more information. I'd love to say this is going to be a short video, but I just feel like there's so much information and I might jump around a little bit. It's probably going to be a longer video. And if you want people to see this video, because a lot of you asked me to respond and to give you my opinion, drop a like, put something in the comments. YouTube seems to like that in the algorithm. It will be shared to more people. Plain and simple. I've thought about how to lay out this video and what makes the most sense from maybe a chronological approach, but I feel like we should start with stream sniping and what that is. Many of you know what stream sniping is, but I want to make sure that I start with the basics before we get into more details. Stream sniping is when the streamer or the content creator playing games and your opposition can see that you're searching for matches, especially during something like the weekend league. And if you have a similar record, if you're in the same region, and you're timing your search properly, you've got a good chance of maybe getting matched up against each other. And it's happened to every content creator, every streamer, some more than others. And it's been happening to me constantly for the last 4 or 5 years. And it's definitely annoying because you feel that your opponent's purpose was to frustrate you or to take a win off you or to ruin your weekend if it is the weekend league or it's a qualifier or anything along those lines. And that kind of makes you feel a certain way deep down, especially when you're looking at FIFA, which is just a title that has a certain level of rage and anger, and it takes you to places that I feel like other video games don't. And I'm very guilty of this. I have broken many things in my days. It's more annoying with the weekend league because we have all this pressure on how many wins did you get? Where did you finish? What are your rewards going to be? Are you verified? And that brings us to, or transitions into, a dodging Discord. And you could use Discord or DMs on Twitter, whatever it might be, anywhere that you can have a private conversation that is happening in a timely manner. And this probably shifted over the years. Discord hasn't been around that long. But Nick was able to take an assumption where he felt that people were out for him, trying to match up against him, especially if he was having a good weekend. Whether he was on a run for a top 100, an Elite 1 finish, maybe even a 30-0, which we've seen Nick accomplish, and got to give him a hand clap for that. And the reality is, and I said this in a tweet, Nick is just better than a lot of people at a lot of things when you're looking at FIFA. He's a better trader than the majority of the world. He's a better FIFA player in terms of his gameplay and wins and losses than the majority of the world. He's a better content creator and personality than the majority of the world. And this is not even an opinion piece from Mike. This is supported based on numbers when you're looking at content creation and growth. This is supported based on where he finishes over the weekend league and just his win-loss record if you're looking at how good somebody is. This is supported with how his trading profit and those numbers, how he's able to generate so many coins without putting money into the game. So it's not a Mike opinion. And Nick and I are good friends, but this is not a Mike opinion piece at all when we're talking about some of these stats. And on top of all these FIFA superlatives, Nick also goes to Columbia, one of the most difficult schools to get into in the US if you're going to university. He's an ex-D1 athlete. I mean, he's a good-looking 6'3" guy that has been grinding. I mean, working his tail off. He's streaming 150 hours a month. He's uploading every single day. He's a full-time student. And he sacrificed playing in college or playing at the university level. He played a season and then decided that he really wanted to go into the FIFA scene full force, and he had to make a trade somewhere if he wanted to do that properly. So he kind of bet on himself. He took a chance, and congratulations on that. So if you have seen his video, basically he was able to get into this group. He's able to infiltrate the group where he's got the screenshots, and you can see that as he's searching for games, they're sending a notification live. Hey, Nick's searching. Get in there. Try to beat Nick. Try to ruin his top 100. And these are all screenshots of things happening. Oh, get in there. It's like they're a team.
I'm not naming names. I'm just going to tell you right now what you're seeing on the screen. I have multiple screenshots. I have tons of stuff from this Discord. You guys want to know why? Because there are people that have joined this Discord for the purpose, which was the original purpose, that this Discord was started for North American players, okay, to play competitive games with each other to practice. Then what it turned into was a dodging Discord. This is a North American dodging Discord with seeking to be Elite 2 plus players that are trying to be competitive or professional players.
It's like a team of professional players plotting against Nick, trying to ruin his weekend, maybe so they feel better about their weekend. Things like this happen. It's not really a good look. And on the dodging Discord side, that's not new to the competitive scene. And if you pay attention to the weekend league, it shouldn't be new to you. I think this past weekend there were 75 30-0s on the PS4. 75 people never matched up against each other. And if you look at 29-1s and 28-2s, you're probably looking at a few hundred people that the majority of the time aren't playing against each other. If you're playing the weekend league, you're after rewards, especially if you've already hit verification, because that's going to give you that secondary process. Once you verified, you play in the qualifiers, which was an amazing integration from EA. Whether you love or you hate how long some of these qualifiers take, it was way better than playing the weekend league and having to be perfect in order to get yourself to an event. Now you get verified, and then you play in a separate qualifier. You go through the Swiss stage, and you go through the knockout stage, you get seeded, and that's how you get to events. It becomes a head-to-head competition, not who can post the best record. And the reason I bring this up, though, with the weekend league is because it doesn't make sense for you to play against better oppositions. It doesn't reward you. And I'll give you an example. If I'm able to find 30 average players and I go 28-2, and you play against 30 above average players, but you go 26-4, my 28-2 gets me better rewards than your 26-4, and it has nothing to do with the quality of my opponent. And that's why you would have dodging Discords, and that's not going to be a North American exclusive. That's clearly happening in Europe or in Asia. All the regions, I'm sure, have ways that they have figured out how to not play against each other throughout the weekend league so they can try to reap the benefits of the best rewards, the best packs, and it just makes it easier to build up your squad. So it's a bit of a flaw in the system. In my opinion, the weekend league should work more leaderboard based, where it's not necessarily about just your wins, but also who did I beat? What was my opponent's record when I went up against him? And you get rewarded for that opposition's placement and you being able to take them down. Or on the other end, if you lose to someone who's really good, you lose less overall skill points. And the skill points becomes the hierarchy in how we're doing the ranking, not just the wins versus the losses. And I'm sure that's something that EA can implement. But that's what happened with the Nick scenario, and frankly, he's pissed off for good reason. You don't want to have a major group of guys you don't even know plotting against you just because of jealousy or envy or just trying to mess with your weekend or affect your stream in some sort of negative manner, and that's a goal of theirs. And I've experienced stream sniping in the last 4 or 5 years heavily, and it is frustrating. When I think of stream sniping, I think of all the messages I receive or the tweets or even the videos on YouTube. Every time I lose a game, I receive the stats or that video ends up online. And if I play against that guy 10 times and I win 8 out of 10, I know which 2 are going to hit the internet. And it is annoying, and it builds up over time, especially if you feel like you're getting the raw end of the stick. And that's kind of how Nick felt, and really bring awareness to a much larger base, because I don't think people truly believed that competitive players would go through the hassle of avoiding each other. But it does make sense. Or that people could be so petty to try to play somebody on stream and try to affect what they're doing, try to affect their content in a negative manner. And you could take this deeper. Maybe if Nick gets an extra win, he gets more videos. With those videos, he gets more revenue, or he gets more views, or his audience is really proud to be a part of it. So you could be impacting how people are even seeing Nick in some regards. And you're definitely going to affect someone's energy and their outlook. Just think, negative energy attracts negative energy. No doubt about that. And we've all made mistakes. So I'm not making this video to harp on anybody as an individual, even as a group. I've made many mistakes. I've definitely raged to the stream. Listen, like, cheer chat, listen to me. I gotta yell this out. All authentic rage. This video is not designed to bring any negative light towards individuals. It's more about awareness and really explaining what happened and why Nick is so upset, and for good reason. You never want people to plot against you, especially if you know them. Some of these guys that are in this group, Nick knows. They're in his chat. They're talking. They're interacting. They're going back and forth. And that's just kind of fake. It's not authentic. It's just not what you want. I'd rather know where I stand. You like me or you don't like me, or you're somewhere in between, whatever. Tell me what's happening versus this, hey, how are you? How's your day going? And then you go to your other little crew over here. You sneak off. You get in your dirty dungeon. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You go underground. You're in the sewer. If you never played with those action figures, you're missing out. You go to the sewer, though, and then you're in some sort of monster. You're plotting. You're like, hey, I see him. We got an opportunity, boys. Who's going in today? Who we sending in to play Nick? Who we sending in to play Mike? Who we sending in to play, I'm sure Nepenthes has this issue, or A89 Skills. Who's about to go represent us, represent that party? It's beyond frustrating. I don't know where this falls in terms of cheating or terms and conditions. It definitely is in this category of being dishonest, having poor etiquette.
Here we go. So this is the Global Series rules. Just so you guys know, the viewers, so you guys understand what the rules are for this game competitively. Periodically, the leaderboard and match data are audited for malicious behavior and cheating. Any player may be disqualified immediately from the FGS and further competitions at the discretion of EA or its designees. For any reason, including any failure to comply with the user agreement, using any cheats, hacks, or third-party helper applications, intentionally disconnecting from the internet during any game, colluding with any other player in playing games, taking advantage of known exploits, selectively matching up against the same opponent repeatedly.
If you want more information, of course, it's linked down below. I don't think this should be a trend of ours, and it just really got carried away. And I'm glad that Nick brought this type of attention out there, really put it out there, was able to find proof, because I'm telling you, so many people just didn't believe that this could exist. And it does, and it has existed for some time. Anyways, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll have a lot more content come for you ASAP.